How to copy formulas in Excel. So we've got some numbers here and we've added them up into this total cell using a formula. So if I double click this cell here, you can see the formula and it's just adding up the cells A2 here to cell B2, and that gives us this total in this column here. You might have a similar formula or a very complicated formula and you want to fill down this column, but you don't need to manually type in each one. If we click this cell here that contains the formula, click it once to highlight it, and then move your mouse to the bottom right of that cell here until the mouse cursor turns into a black plus sign, and then double click. This will copy down the formula that's in this top cell here. It will copy it down until the data ends. So that's how to copy formulas down. But if you want to copy any cells that contain formulas to a different cell in Excel, you can't just copy and paste them because it changes the cell letters in the formula, and that will stop the formula from working. So if we take this formula here that's adding cell A2 and B2 and we move it over 5 cells, it will change the column letters from A and B to F and G, because 5 columns over from A and B is F and G. So a normal copy and paste won't keep your formulas in order. If you're just copying over 1 or 2 cells that contain data into another cell, a quick way is to copy the data from the bar here. So just highlight the cell that contains the formula by clicking it once. Highlight it up here with your mouse and then press Ctrl and C to copy it. Then press Enter on your keyboard so it doesn't try and add to the formula. And then choose the cell you want to paste this formula into and then press Ctrl and V, which pastes it in. Another way to copy just 1 or 2 cells is to put a $sign in front of the A and the 2 and then the B and the 2. So if you put a $sign here in front of the A and then the 2, and then the same again here in front of the B and the 2, this locks the formula. So if you copy this down, it won't change the formula for you to match the row like it did before, where it changes it to A3 and B3 and then A4 and B4 and so on. The $signs have locked that formula, so now you can copy this and paste it and the formula will hold. But again, this will only work if you've got 1 or 2 cells that you need to copy over or move. There is a way to move the cell altogether. So if you've got 1 or 2 cells that you want to completely move, if you click the cell once to highlight it and then move your mouse until it changes to this 4 arrow symbol, and then if you click and hold your mouse down, you can drag the cell to where you want it to be and then let go. That will take it from the cell that it was in originally, and then it moves it to the new cell and holds the formula. If you've got a full column of formulas that you want to move, you can highlight the column like this, move to the ribbon up here and go to Formulas, and then choose the Show Formulas button here, and this shows the formulas in those cells. And then if you copy this column, you can paste it into something like Word or Notepad, and then make sure they're highlighted and recopy them whilst you're in Word or Notepad, and then you can paste them back into Excel where you want them to be, so the new column where you're moving them to. And then if you re-click Show Formulas up here in the ribbon, that will hide the formulas again to leave you with the answers, and that's just moved the whole column of formulas for you and kept all the formulas intact. And then one last way to move a full column is to highlight the full column again where the formulas are, hold down Ctrl and then press H, which brings up the Find and Replace box. And then in the Find box here, type the equal symbol, and in the Replace box, type an exclamation mark. This will change all of the formulas to start with an exclamation mark, which isn't a formula, so it all shows up like you can see. And then you can highlight this whole column, cut it by holding down Ctrl and X. Select the new column where you're going to move the data to, and then paste it in by pressing Ctrl and V. And then make sure that the column is still highlighted. Press Ctrl and H again to bring back up the Find and Replace box. Change the Find to the exclamation mark, and then the Replace to the equal sign, and then press Replace All, and that changes your formulas back to formulas. And those are some options to move and paste formulas in Excel.